Hi, I am Jajuan Michael Harley. I am a husband, business owner of Make Adjustment Delete Excuse Incorporated, and currently an NFL free agent. We all go through trauma in life, and for us men, society told us that we must bottle it in, do not express it, be hard, keep it in, which leads to depression, addictions, crime, or suicide. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's okay to not be okay. That's my topic. It's okay to not be okay. And together, we'll make steps in the right direction for the betterment and benefits of our well being.
Welcome, and welcome again. My name is Jajuan Michael Harley, and I will be speaking on It's Okay to Not Be Okay. First and foremost, I want to thank Mr. Nathan for recruiting me to be on this great list of speakers at this event, Men Healing from Trauma. I also want to commend you for signing up to learn, reach out for help, figure out ways to overcome. That takes courage. That builds strength. That defines that you are on the path of healing. So I want you to stay tuned, lock in, take notes for personal usage and also to help someone else down the line. Because the purpose is always bigger than the individual. So let's get right into it. Because it's okay to not be okay. I grew up not really understanding what trauma was or depression. It really didn't set in to me until my adult years when I look back and realized like, wow, that really caused me to be that way in life or in this way in life to this day. But I grew up around family and friends who used drugs, sold drugs, um, friends that turned to prostitution and crime. I witnessed my mother beat breast cancer. I witnessed my dad suffer for being an HVAC, that's heat ventilation, air conditioning mechanic. Asbestos ate up his lungs. So it deteriorated lungs over the years for 17 years of fighting and taking away my childhood because, it happened when I was 12. And that's when, we always, a boy going to his teenage years, you always want to wrestle and tussle with your dad because you did for so long, but you can't because his conditioning, he has to be on oxygen 24/7. And that made me realize that I'm no longer a boy now. It's time for me to be a man, which led to me possibly dropping out of high school. Fortunately, I didn't, but I was so close. But I didn't realize this is all a part of trauma and seeing family and friends drop out of school at an early age or whatnot. You know, my aunts. I have two aunts that also beat breast cancer as well, and just that fire and desire wanting to survive really helped me. Now it's trauma because it's a lot of hardship things, seeing the drugs, seeing the prostitution, seeing family suffering on this poison and alcoholism, seeing my dad suffer on the oxygen tank, seeing my mom have to go through the chemo and what comes with that, and my aunts fighting and doing the same thing. It really brings darkness to you. It's a place that many of us go to and cannot get out of. As I think on it to this day, I've used that darkness that trauma puts on you and just want to hold on to you. I use that as a springboard. I use that as motivation. I use that I know that this is an unhealthy place for me and I must find a way to get out of this. I must find a way to stay away from this. I didn't know how to speak out to anyone. I didn't know that the more I kept it within, that it could hurt me. It could ruin things that possibly is set up for me. But I channel that energy to find a way to find happiness, find a way to find peace, find a way to always be able to get up and smile. Because it was a time wherein I couldn't smile. A legitimate smile, not a smile with your teeth. I'm talking about a smile with your eyes, where your spirit, your soul is glowing, where nothing can stop you from being happy. But I had to use that darkness. I knew if my family and friends that's on drugs, if I could do something positive, I could have a positive impact on them. Simply because positivity is contagious. So how can I make something contagious? If you're around negativity all the time, you are eventually going to do something negative. It's going to lead to situations that you can't get out of. Depression could lead to crime, suicide, addictions. But I knew that I did not want to be a part of that energy. I did not want to be surrounded with that dark cloudness. So I used that energy to just push forward to be successful. I knew no matter what, if I stayed in this circumstance, if I allowed myself to stay in the funk, as they say, when you just miserable and you just angry and sad, I knew that I had to find my inner peace. I had to find joy, because nobody could take your joy. And that's when I just began to keep making each day mean something. Keep pushing. Keep breathing. If you are allowed one breath, that means that one breath is meant for you to do something positive, something that is so amazing that someone else want that same breath. I've used trauma of seeing my friends incarcerated to say, I don't want that. I used the trauma of seeing prostitution to spread love and let that child know that you are loved by someone. You don't have to do this. Love. Spreading the love to create self-love. The resilience that I seen my mother and father push through their condition. That trauma made me want to push through anything that life throws at me. I don't care if my days are numbered, it's short, long, whatever it is. It motivated me to keep pushing and pushing and pushing some more. I use that dark energy to fuel myself to have that fire, that desire to be something positive, to overcome and achieve. So the trauma that you use it. Use it as fuel. Use it as your coal to keep that steam going. Keep that train rolling. That's what it's about. Turning your trauma to success so that you can help others face the adversity that you have faced, and they can help someone else get through it too. One of my, I guess to say, birth of overcoming and doing my best, as they say, defeating the odds or whatnot, how you want to say it. I always say the odds do not know me, so you cannot put me in a statistical evaluation. However, getting to college was a journey. You know, I had my high school coaches telling me that I wasn't good enough, I would not get a scholarship. I had failures with the ACTs. I failed it 13 times. I was considering that, maybe they are right. The trauma of having those are supposed to be your leader, telling you that you are nothing, telling that you are not capable, it kind of sunk in. And I was beginning to believe that were right. But fortunately, I was able to get the score I needed, and I was hit with another situation, and I didn't have the right courses. I need to take more courses, so I had to teach myself geometry online. And then in the middle of a semester, I had to learn calculus, and fortunately, I was able to pass geometry. I was able to learn calculus and pass it with a B, and be able to get to college. I get to college, and my freshman year, I suffer from heat exhaustion and two swollen kidneys. And I'm like, wow, this is something that you don't look forward to, because that is something that could bring life changing events in your life, as in life could be over, life will never be the same because of damages. And that still haunts me to this day. When I think about it, look back at it, I'm like, wow, I was literally on the verge of possibly not being here today because of the heat exhaustion and two swollen kidneys. And I still feel like it could have been prevented with guidance. That's why to this day, no matter who you are, I see someone doing something the wrong way that could use some advice or some help, I'm always going to reach a hand. And this goes to my freshman year in college, when upperclassmen could have stepped in and said, hey, Jajuan, you need to eat properly. You need to drink accordingly. You're doing great things, but you need to learn how to take care of your body. You need to learn your body. I wasn't fortunate and blessed with that. And that really hurts to this day, because that tells me that we have a long ways to go as humans, that we are not willing to help each other out. Or reach a hand. If someone don't know something, it's our obligation to teach. And it's up to them to take it in. If they don't take it in, that's on them. But it's our obligation to teach and give back as much as we know to the next person. Also in college, I was called dumb by my college coaches, saying I had a low IQ. They changed my degree to a lower degree. I know with the academic side, they didn't provide me the proper tutors that was needed. I feel like if I had the tutors at the time, I would have been A-okay. I really believe that, but it's a thing that wants to take the time out to help someone. And that trauma of not anyone taking the time to teach me, I'm using that to take time to help anyone that I can, as much as I can. Turning trauma to help others, my trauma to help others. Realize that the purpose is bigger than me, and that's what I truly believe, And then after that, I go to the football side, and I'm called dumb again. I can't think, I can't do this and that and whatnot. But it led to something special. It led to something special in the future. So as I prepare for the NFL and whatnot, I have a great pro day. I'm, all the negativity, I feel like I'm busting loose from it and whatnot, and I don't get drafted at all. I missed out an entire year, but I decided, hey, I'm not letting these coaches and all these stigmas that was put on me. I was not going to let that define who I am. So what I did was, I got a job at Walmart. I started working in the toy department. I did the gardening. I did everything you think about the cash register, everything, electronics. And I began to write letters to the NFL. I eventually got on with the Buffalo Bills, had a workout, did great at the workout. They signed me and they told me, we thought you was going to be drafted, but you were thrown under the bus. What a heartbreaking experience, because I had an opportunity to go from an undrafted guy to, I was getting talks of being drafted fourth round, get some money, help my family out. And for my coaches to do such things, that really hurted me. It still hurts me today, because why would you want to just hurt the opportunity of a kid doing something great for their family. You know, that shows that we still have a long way to go in the humanity society that we are living in. However, I just used that as fire to keep going. I got to Buffalo, and when the coaches said I was dumb, I was hosting teachings, as in learn the playbook for those making millions of dollars, teaching them the playbook. I went from seventh on the depth chart to second string fighting for first. Opportunity to be a starter in the NFL. And then unfortunately I was cut. So at that moment I didn't know what to do. I was looking at, wow, all this is going on. It's really stirring the pot. My mind is everywhere. I just don't know what to do. This is a lot of things that's going on. At this time I'm my own agent, so I'm marketing myself. I'm doing everything that I can to get back into the NFL by doing arena leagues and all these other things. But however, my trauma of failing the ACTs, coaches saying that I'm nothing, getting cut by the NFL, having to work at Walmart, have to create different ways to market myself. Still to this day, I opened up a business called Make Adjustments, Delete Excuses, Incorporated. Stands acronym M.A.D.E, M-A-D-E. And I am teaching from my trauma that you can use your trauma as a pity party or a stepping stone. And that's what M.A.D.E is for. Make adjustment, delete excuses. Using that stepping stone instead of a pity party is what helps you overcome the things that we face in life. Throughout life, we have to adjust. We have to make pivots. We have to go in different directions that we wanted to go, but we still move forward. Whatever we do, we don't go back. We continue to move forward. Keep pushing. We stay with positivity. That's the same thing with facing trauma. It's going to hit us. Every blue moon is going to hit us. We're going to feel that pain. We're going to reflect back. But it's how we use it. Are we going to use it as a pity party or a stepping stone? Are we going to spring forward to where we're supposed to be in life? Or are we going to stay in that area, that funk, and not be able to progress and become the person that we are meant to be? So throughout life, we always want to find a way to make adjustments, delete excuses, moving forward, using it as stepping stones instead of using it as a pity party. And all that trauma I went through started from as a kid to high school to college and now as an adult. I realized that the purpose is truly bigger than me. My trauma has taught me and helped me so I could gain strength to teach others and show them the way as well. Society has groomed us to believe that men are not allowed to express themselves emotionally. We have to hold it in. We have to be hard at all times. We must not shed any tears. We could show aggression, but we cannot show any sadness or look out for sympathy or want to express ourselves to get it off our chest. That's not right. Because it's okay to shed tears. It's okay to feel like the world is against you and you have nothing to express yourself but shed a tear or just be alone to yourself. We are human, and humans come with emotions. But it's how you control your emotions. You don't allow your emotions to control you. You control your emotions. And this is the point where it comes to saying that it's okay for me to cry. It's okay for me to need a shoulder to lean on. It's okay for me to not feel my best. But it's not okay to stay in that sadness and stay in that aggression and stay in that I'm going to isolate myself. We have to learn how to reprogram ourselves from what society has brought onto us as in we must be this hard all the time, the aggressor all the time. Because we smile, we have joy, we have pain, we have sadness, we have madness. But it's all about controlling your emotions and not allowing your emotions to control you. And by controlling your emotions, you will learn that the purpose is far greater than the individual. It really is. The things that we go through as individuals is not to punish us. It's to strengthen us and help us build courage. Help us build the confidence. Help us teach others who may face or are facing the similarities of things that we are going through or went through. That's why the purpose is far greater than the individual. It's for us to do our jobs as humans to help each other. It's our job. That is why the population of the world, that's why we have each other. It's not, if it was meant for us to be here alone, I promise you there would be one person, maybe two, here. That's it. But we need each other. And that's why it's okay to not be okay, because someone has walked the planks of what we are going through or went through or will go through. The purpose is far greater than the individual. Our trauma is not to stain us and not to define us. We must use the negatives, the pain, to build strength, to open up, to build courage, to become knowledgeable of how to handle situations if it presents itself again, or someone else goes through it, and we must present to them how to control their emotions, not allow their emotions to control them. So I leave with you today to understand that the purpose is far greater than you. But however, always remember, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to shed a tear. It's okay to yell and scream in the pillow. It's okay to not be okay. But it's all about how you respond to your not okayness. Always remember, your mess is your message. You cannot spell message without the mess. You cannot spell testimony without the test. The purpose is always far greater than the individual. My journey has allowed me to open up, gain strength, gain control of the trauma I faced, to speak out to others, to empower others. And that empowerment came back and has given me opportunity to possibly get signed again in the NFL in 2021 because of the resilience of battling the trauma, being the unconquered, using my journey to inspire others, and the universe gave it back. This is why you must believe that you are in control of your emotions. Your emotions does not control you. So each and every day, I want you to remember, it's okay to not be okay. But as you continue your journey, always remember, the purpose is far greater than you. Continue to push forward. Continue to find and channel your inner peace. Create joy, because no one can take your joy away. My name is Jajuan Michael Harley, and I thank you. I thank you, and I thank you for not just watching this video, but for reaching out understanding that you need some type of guidance, understanding that you know you're not okay, but now you realize that it's okay to not be okay. Thank you so much.